Trump administration reportedly considering a plan to pressure chip companies to continue to boost their domestic manufacturing. Wall Street Journal reporting that the policy would impose a tariff on companies whose customers import more semiconductors than they make in the U.S. Joining us now is More Insights and Strategy CEO, chief analyst as well. You got a lot of jobs there, Patrick Moorhead. Patrick, always good to have you. I guess let's start off on that. Again, it's not something that's going to happen right away, but it's being discussed by the Commerce Secretary, apparently, according to reporting. Makes things even more, perhaps, confusing. What's your take?
Yeah, so the administration is definitely floating this to everybody, and you can imagine the response from the chip makers, which is, I don't want to change anything. And I think what this is this is a plan B or a plan C, depending on how you look at it. Given all the new CapEx commits for AI data centers, they're recognizing that they just don't have enough capacity here in the United States to de-risk the situation. And it is a huge risk. TSMC isn't even bringing their best technology to the United States first. It's bringing it into Taiwan. And even if you look at the amount of capacity that TSMC is bringing in, it definitely makes a big opportunity for Intel, though. I think that is the one potential winner in all of this.
Yeah, I mean, again, right, to your point, something worth reminding. NVIDIA designs the chips here for the most part, but the highest end chips are manufactured by Taiwan Semi in Taiwan, the ones that go in all the data centers that are going to power the AI revolution here. Let's talk a bit about NVIDIA, though. We've still been trying to make sense of the $100 billion number that they announced with OpenAI. I had some sound earlier on the show from Jensen Huang and the latest podcast that he joined. But, you know, what is your overall take in terms of their position right now and where things stand in terms of this overall spend?
So vendor financing is nothing new. Retailers and manufacturers do it every day, but what they don't do is do long-term and hundreds and billions of dollars. And NVIDIA also made a similar move, albeit with the smaller neoclouds, the CoreWeaves, the Nebiuses, and the Lambdas of the world. I feel very comfortable with the overall spend for the next 2 years. It gets a little cloudy when you get out to, let's say, year 3 or 4. There is downstream benefit, but not that mirrors the capital expenditures out there, right? We've seen some great action with Meta using AI to increase their profit. We've seen some, I'll call them green shoots with companies like Adobe, not big, but in the billions of dollars, and we need to start seeing that convert. OpenAI is looking at a $125 billion revenue target for 29, but that means they have to 10x it from where they are today. So there is risk, but I think we are good for the next 18 months or 2 years here.
Patrick spoke yesterday with Citadel founder and CEO Ken Griffin about a lot of the administration's policies, but one of them that came up where he had some strong views was on semiconductors. And just listen to what he said about NVIDIA and how the administration is approaching the issue.
I'd much rather have them use American chips than Huawei become a real competitor. 100%. I'd rather see NVIDIA chips used by every country in the world than to see Huawei take South America, Africa, and Asia with it. I want to see American businesses win.
Well, that has been what the administration is trying to do, right? That's why they lifted some of the export controls on chips.
Well, then they turned around and said you're going to pay a special payment to D.C. to sell the chips, and look where we are today.
Patrick, first of all, is the administration doing that? And what do you make of some of the comments? Does it change the investment case for NVIDIA if it's not just about the innovation and it is about sort of the national champion aspect and negotiating with the government?
So I do agree with Ken that we should be exporting more AI technology and just not the leading edge technology. So the Chinese PLA couldn't use it for nefarious purposes against us and our allies abroad. But what that does mean, though, is we should not be holding up H20 and the NVIDIA Blackwell follow-on from that. These are detuned. They're higher performance, higher density than anything Huawei can do. And it is, I think, even good for economy, but good for national defense to have everybody on American technology versus Huawei technology. You know, we saw this get out of control in telecom, right? It used to be Cisco, and then there are reports that Huawei stole intellectual property from Cisco, built this incredible juggernaut of a networking company, and now is out there in over half of the world. I could see us repeating this unless we make our technology better. And from an investment thesis, yes, China is this growing even on a percentage basis more than the United States in certain areas. And it would be a loss for NVIDIA and other American design companies to not participate in this trade.
Patrick, thank you. Going to leave it there for today. Appreciate your time.
Thanks. Thank you.